let us continue with our discussion. So in our last session we have discussed about standard deviation and variance, right? So in the standard deviation we have learned for how to calculate the standard deviation for ungrouped data, and in the grouped data already we have studied for discrete data. So today we will consider an example for continuous data and understand how to calculate the standard deviation and variance. Okay, and here we have considered is example 10. So what does your example 10 says? Calculate the mean, variance and standard deviation for the following distribution. And the given data, class intervals, that is class they have given 30 to 40, 40 to 50, like that until 90 to 100, and then frequency is given, okay, which I have already written on the board. Next, what you need to calculate? You have to calculate the mean, variance and standard deviation. So by now we have understood to calculate the mean. What is the formula? It is summation of Fi into Xi divided by total frequency. Now to calculate summation of Fi into Xi, we need Xi's which are not directly given in the question. But what are Xi's? Xi's are the midpoints of class interval. So let us write those all Xi's. Okay. So what will be the Xi for first one? It is 35, 45, 55, 65, 75, 85 and 95. Okay, next column will be our Fi into Xi. Why it is Fi into Xi? Because knowing summation of Fi into Xi only, we can calculate the mean. So now let us find what is the summation of Fi into Xi is. That is Fi into Xi. Multiply each Fi with Xi. 3 into 35 will be 105, 315, 660, 975, 600, 255 and finally 190. And the total summation, it will be equal to 3100. Okay, what is this 3100? It is summation of Fi into Xi. So knowing this, we can calculate our mean, because what is our mean formula for ungrouped data? It is summation of Fi into Xi divided by n, where I goes from, how many intervals you are having? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So where I goes from 1 to 7. Okay. So now this will be summation of Fi into Xi is 3100, and the total frequency already have calculated and written. So what will be mean? Okay. It is 5 ones are 5, 6 are 30. Okay, 5 twos are. So what is your mean? It is 62. So after knowing the mean, your first answer is done. That is, that asked you to calculate the mean, you have calculated. Next, variance they are asking, right? So what is our variance? It is denoted by sigma square, or it is equal to, it is nothing but 1 by n sum of Fi into Xi minus X bar whole square. So we know the mean. Next column will be Xi minus X bar whole square. We know already the mean. What is the mean we have calculated? It is 62. So now let us write a column for Xi minus X bar whole square. Okay, so Xi's are these. So 35 minus 62 and its square. Directly I will write here 729. 45 minus 62. Okay, it will be 17 and its square will be 289. 55 minus 62, 7, and 7 square is 49. 65 minus 62, it is 3, and 3 square is 9. 75 minus 60 89. So we have got what is this? Xi minus x bar whole square. Next we want Fi into this. So our next column, it is Fi into Xi minus x bar whole square. That is, each Fi will be multiplied with each value of Xi minus x bar whole square. So now let us multiply and write. Okay. So first Fi is what? It is nothing but 3 into 729. It is 287. 7 into 289. It is 2023. 12 into 49. 588. 15 into 9. 135. 8 into 169. 1352. 3 into 529. It is nothing but 1587. 2 into 1089. It is 2178. So what will be the total summation? That is, we will add each value. Then the total sum, it is 10,050. So now we know this. Easily we can calculate our variance. So it is 1 divided by n is 50 into summation of Fi into Xi minus x bar is nothing but 10,050. So it is 10,050 divided by 50. So what you will get, sigma square is equal to, you will get it as 201. So what is this your sigma square? Sigma square is nothing but the variance. Next you need to calculate what? You have to calculate standard deviation. We know that standard deviation SD, it is root of variance. Right? So what we have got variance as? It is 201. So what is this root of 201? It will be 14.18. So what is this 14.18? It is the standard deviation. So this is how you will calculate the mean, variance and standard deviation for a continuous data. Okay, mean at least you were very much used to. And now from this new things what we have learned is the variance and standard deviation. I hope now you might have got to know, or you might have got an idea how will you go on writing this table depending upon what is required. We wanted a mean, right? So to calculate mean we want Fi into Xi, which is not directly given. But Fi is given, Xi is not given. So first we wrote Xi. Next we want the summation of Fi into Xi. So we wrote the column for Fi into Xi. So this till here it gave us the mean. But to calculate the variance we want Xi minus x bar whole square into Fi. Right. So Xi minus x bar whole square is your next one. Next multiplied by Fi, you will get the data to calculate the variance. After that, calculating standard deviation is very much easy. It is square root of variance is nothing but your standard deviation. I hope students everyone is clear with how to calculate mean, variance and standard deviation. Now let us go to our next problem. So by now or till now, we have seen whether it is ungrouped data or grouped data, we have always calculated the mean, then variance, then standard deviation. What if suddenly if only standard deviation is asked? Okay, so if only standard deviation is asked, you don't have to calculate the mean and variance. So how can you calculate directly the standard deviation? We will learn in our next problem, that is example 11. So let us consider example 11 to calculate the standard deviation directly. In question number 11, they have given us a discrete data and they have asked us to find the standard deviation. I'll read out the question. find the standard deviation for the following data. Okay, in example 11, we need to calculate what? We have to calculate the standard deviation. The exercise given are 3, 8, 13, 18 and 23. And the frequencies given are, they are 7, 10, 15, 10 and 6. So the total frequency will be 48. That is your N. Okay, so now we need to calculate the standard deviation. How do you denote the standard deviation? By sigma. How about the variance? By sigma square. Okay, so now you have to calculate standard deviation. There is a direct formula which speaks about standard deviation. That is sigma is equal to 1 upon n in the square root n into summation of fi into xi square minus summation of fi into xi whole square. Okay, so this is a formula which gives us directly standard deviation. Okay, so before going to our problem, let us understand this formula. Because if you understand the formula, then only you will be able to write the table. Okay, so what is given? The standard deviation is equal to 1 by n square root of n into summation of fi into xi square minus summation of fi into xi. Okay, I hope everyone has got to know the clear difference between this and this. This is what? It is a sum of fi into xi square. That is, each xi is squared. Its value it is, and then multiplied by fi. But whereas this one, it is sum of fi into xi whole square. That is the total sum what you calculate fi into xi. Its whole square. So please take care here. What care you should take? You should know the difference between this sum and this. It is a sum of fi into squares of xi, whereas this is a sum of fi into xi, the complete sum whole square. Okay, so let us solve the problem using this formula. So you might have got to know what all do we need. Already xi and fi is given, so first let us multiply fi into xi. Okay, so it is 21, 80, 13 into 15, 195, next 180, 178, okay, sorry, 138, and the total sum it is 614. Next we want fi into xi square, it's a sum, so let us square xi. Okay, that is xi square. That is, we will square each of the xi's first. That is, it will be 9, 64, okay, 169, 18 square is 324, okay, 23 square is 529. And next column is, I hope now you have got to know what is that column. It is fi into xi square. That is 7 into 9. Okay, 63. I'll just go on writing directly the value. 640. Next, 2535. 3240. 3174. And the total sum is 9652. Okay, so this is all what is required to calculate our standard deviation. Okay, so it is equal to 1 divided by n is 48 under the square root. 48 into, so which sum will you write here? So whether you will write 614 or 9652. So it is nothing but 9652. Why is it that way? Because we want summation of fi and xi square, right? So it is 9 4,63,296, and 614 square will be 3,76,996, or it is 1 divided by 48. This subtracted value and its square root, it will turn out to be 293.77. So this divided by 48 will give us the standard deviation as 6.12. I hope student everyone has understood how to calculate standard deviation directly, right? So directli means you need to know this formula. So this formula is very simple. 1 by n into square root of n into summation of fy xi square minus summation of fy into xi whole square. So whatever is required data they have given, and remaining we have to calculate and then find the standard deviation. Okay, so now let us go to our next problem. In our next problem we will learn about the shortcut method or step method. Okay, that is how we have learned step deviation method in mean deviation about mean. At the most it is similar to that here also. So we will solve our example 12 using the step deviation method. Okay, so your example 12 it says calculate mean, variance and standard deviation for the following data. Now example 12 what I am going to solve, it is same question of example 10. In example 10 how is the regular method, that is the direct method we have solved. In your example 12 the same question will be solved using shortcut method or step deviation method. So the given data for example 12, it is class intervals are given. It begins from 30 to 40. So 30 to 40, 40 to 50, 50 to 60, 60 to 70, 70 to 80, 80 to 90 and 90 to 100. Next, frequencies are given. The frequencies are 3, 7, 12, 15, 8, 3, 2 and n is equal to 50. So here also you need to calculate the mean, variance and standard deviation. Okay, so here also the mean has to be calculated using step deviation method. Okay, so what does your step deviation method says for mean? This already we have learned. It is x bar is equal to assumed mean plus summation of fi into di divided by n into h, where di is the deviation, right? That is xi we deviate them to di, right? So first let us calculate what are these xi's, because without midpoint we cannot calculate any of the values. So our next column is xi. So what will be the midpoints for these given intervals which we have already written for example 10. So it is 35, 45, 55, 65, 75, 85 and 95. Okay, so we know that these xi's they have to be diverted to di. How do you divert? Xi minus assumed mean divided by class interval, right? Sorry, class width. So now what can you assume the mean here? As already have explained you, mean will be one of the xi's itself, and we will try to take such a way that it will be the middlemost. So you see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 are there. So one middle we will get. So which is that middlemost? It is 65. So what is our assumed mean here? 65. And what is the class width? It is 10. So just let us calculate what? Di. So 35 minus 65. It will be minus 30 divided by 10. It is minus 3. Next, minus 2, minus 1, 0, 1, 2, 3. So is this enough to calculate the mean? No. After this di, our next column is fi into di. Right. So now let us calculate this summation of fi into di. So 3. So it will be minus 9, minus 14, minus 12, 0, 8, 6 and 6. And we want the total sum. So the total sum turns out to be summation of fi into, okay, I have taken here di. So the total sum turns out to be minus 15. Okay, so let us calculate the mean and then we will go for the variance. The formula of variance also changes, but that time whatever is required, we will calculate that. Okay, so now what will be our mean? Assumed mean. How much is the assumed mean? 65 plus sum of all fi into di, we have got it as minus 15 divided by the total frequency is 50 and the class width is 10. So it is 65 plus into minus minus. Okay, 10 ones are 10, 5s are. So it is 15 by 5 or 5 ones are 5, 3s are. So what is your mean? 65 minus 3. So it is 62. Is it not the same mean, student, what we had got in example 10? Yes. So even in example 10 we had got the mean x bar is equal to 62. Now let us concentrate on the variance. The formula of variance changes here as we are doing it by step deviation method. The formula is x square by n square under the square root n into summation of fi into yi square minus, it is summation of fi into xi, or sorry, here di we have considered, so I will write here di for you all. Okay, so fi into di whole square. So this is a formula to calculate what? This is a formula to calculate the variance. You can see this is bit similar, not exactly the same, bit similar to our example 11 formula. Okay, so here only the extra thing we have got is this x square by n square. Apart from that, remaining all thing is the same. Okay, so now calculate this h we know, n we know, here also n we know. Summation of fi into di square. So just now we have discussed what is the difference between this sum and that sum. This sum at least no problem we have calculated. Now we have to calculate this sum. So to calculate this sum, our next column will be di square. Because knowing di square only, we will get the sum of fi into di. Okay, so di, just square each one. 9, okay, 4, 1, 0, 1, 4, 9. Next, fi into di square. I'll just refer the textbook and write out the total. Okay, so it will be 27, 28, 12, 0, 8, 12, 18. And the total sum turns out to be 105. How did we obtain this column, students? By 3 into 9, 27. 7 into 4, 28. Like this, we have multiplied each fi with each di square, so as to get the sum. Okay, that is this sum we wanted to calculate our variance. So just let us substitute and find. So it is h. H denotes what? Class width. So it is 10 square divided by, what is n? 50 square. Under the square root. 50 into, what is summation of fi into di square? 105 minus, what is summation of fi into di? Minus 15 whole square. So just go on simplifying this. So what you will get here? You will get the answer, or it is 10 by 50. It is 1 by 1 by 5. So 1 by 5 whole square or 1 by 5 square also can write. No harm in that. Which is into 50 into 105. Okay. No. just I'll write off directly. 50 into 105 is 5250 minus 15 square is 225, or it is 1 by 25. 5250 minus 225. It is divided by 25. So the total answer of variance, it will be 201. So even in our example 10 we have got the variance as 201, and our standard deviation, it is square root of variance. So what is the square root of variance? That is square root of 201. So which had turned out to be 14.18. So this is our standard deviation. So I hope everyone is clear with the difference between example 10 and example 12. So in example 10 we have done by direct method, that is we have calculated the mean, standard deviation and variance. But in example 10 we have used indirect method, step deviation method. Okay, these all you can say. Using those methods, what we have done? We have calculated the mean, variance and standard deviation. We have diverted exercise to DI so as even the formula changes, and according to the formula we have framed the table and we have obtained finally the answer. I hope everyone is now ready to solve exercise 15.2, which is mainly based on standard deviation and variance. So in exercise 15.2 we will solve the problems based